hoping that my dad's finished cutting the grass because I keep on trying to film this, and then I realise the audio is really bad because you can just hear someone cutting the grass outside. Anyway, hello, welcome to this video. My name is Nina and I'm an artist living in Shetland, and in today's video, well, I thought I would just kind of chat you through my trip to Yale last weekend, because I didn't actually really speak to the camera much and I thought it'd be nice to get a little bit more narrative of the trip. So pretty much a little bit of backstory for you. A little while ago, Alan and Shona from the Shetland Gallery, which is based in Yale, reached out to me to ask if I would like to display some work in the gallery, which I obviously said yes. So since the gallery is in Yale, which is quite a trek away for me because I live in the south end of Shetland, and you have to get a ferry. Well, I have to do a big long drive and then I have to get a ferry. Me and my boyfriend thought that we would just make it into a little holiday, a little trip for the weekend. He recently got a caravan, so we're trialling that out, and it was also our anniversary, so it actually all fitted together pretty nicely. But yeah, before we even thought about getting to Yale, I obviously needed to get my work ready for the gallery. So this is part one of the video. After I had mounted everything, we then obviously set off on our little weekend away. So we actually set off on the Friday night and we stayed in Ashness, which is in the north of like mainland Shetland. So we stayed there for a night. We had a meal at a hotel, which was really nice, and then we came back and did some sketching. Max read his book. It was really nice, chill evening. Such a nice night. It was so calm, and it was really nice to be in like a different part of Shetland, a different landscape, because, well, I really like that end of Shetland. It's really dramatic, but I don't often really go up there because it is quite a long drive, and so yeah, it was really nice to spend some time up there. And then the next morning we were up early to get the ferry to Yale, and then when we got to the ferry terminal I sat outside and I did a little bit of sketching. It was again a gorgeous morning. It was stunning. The weather that weekend was so nice. We were so lucky. But yeah, I sat out and sketched for like 10 minutes or so whilst Max cooked our breakfast rolls in the caravan. Really like this caravan situation, because we then, when we were travelling on the ferry over to Yale, you can usually like go upstairs like to the seating bit on the ferry, or you can stay in your car, whatever, but we just stayed in the caravan and we had our breakfast that we just cooked. It was ideal. Oh, a fun little story. When I was sitting sketching, I was kind of eavesdropping on this pair of tourists, and I don't think they were travelling together, but I think they had bumped into each other previously on their travels around Shetland. That's what I was getting at, or was picking up on. And one of them was saying how they were from Australia. They travelled all the way from Australia because their grandparents, and I might not quite have this right, but I think it was their grandparents had both been from Shetland and I think one of them from Yale, or maybe both of them from Yale, I'm not sure. But they had both migrated to Australia, I think at different times, and then met in Australia, you know, lived there for the rest of their lives, had families, but had both been from Shetland. And then this woman, who was about to get on the ferry to Yale, was the granddaughter, and that's why she had made her, like, that's why she had travelled to Shetland. Which I always think it's like wild what brings people to Shetland and how far people come to this island. Yeah, I just think it's amazing how far people like travel and the reasons why people travel to Shetland. Especially when you come from somewhere like Australia. I'm like, oh my goodness, what a trek. Anyway, so once we arrived in Yale, we had a bit of time before I needed to go to the gallery to drop off my work, and so we stopped in mid-Yale and I sat and painted for a little while whilst Max again read his book. Yeah, that was really nice, and then we headed up to the gallery. So nice. So we are on Yale and we've got like, I don't know, about half an hour until we need to head up to the gallery that I'm putting some work to. And so I'm just going to sit and paint for a while. And I feel like I've been quite obsessed with boats. I just really want to paint boats recently. So that's what I'm going to do because we have some boats here. I'm using seawater as my painting water, so I wonder if that's going to make a difference to how things lay down. No, where's my pencil gone? There it is. Look how small this is getting. It's tiny. I absolutely love how these pencils like flood with water, and the marks that they make. So I think they just take a normal sketch from being something that's like, that's okay, to something that's got like so much life to it, which I love. So we're probably at the gallery for an hour or so. It was really nice to see Shona and Alan, and Shona herself is an artist. She paints landscapes and she also makes these freehand embroidery, I'm not sure on the terms, but these beautiful little embroidery pieces. I just think they're so stunning. I love them. Yeah, she makes them with like feathers or shells or lobsters, these sort of things. And she has her little studio at the back of the gallery, which is such a little treasure in itself. And we had a little nosy. There's work everywhere. There's drawings, paintings, textile pieces, just so much. And I love seeing where people make things and make their art. And yeah, it's just a lovely little space. And there's so many things I wanted to look at. But yeah, so I obviously then dropped off my work and handed it over to them, and then we headed on back down to the campsite. And there's actually, I think it was a national sailing event on or something that we weren't aware of, but that was going on just down from the campsite because it was based at the marina, and that was kind of cool to see all the little boats. I really like the lettering on sailboats. There's something to me that is so satisfying about it, so I was quite entertained. And then we spent the rest of the afternoon in West Sandwick, which is like around the other side of the island. So we drove over to there, and once again I sketched and painted, and Max read his book. And then we even made some friends there, some very nosy ponies that wanted to say hello.
That's really good.
Should be a picture of the. Hello. You can't eat this. Not for you. You like the smell. You can't eat this.
Oh, that feels nice.
We then went back to the campsite and had a very chill evening, cooked some dinner and then went on a little wander, and that was kind of our evening. It's so nice. It is the most lovely night. We are just on a walk. I've left Max, well, more like he's left me, but look at all this cotton bog. So cute. But it's so nice. Like, I feel like this is some of the nicest weather we've had in Shetland this summer. Which, yeah, I feel pretty lucky that we're camping. So we are in Yell, which is one of the Northern Isles. I dropped off my work at the gallery today, which was really nice. And yeah, we kind of just decided to make the most of it, make it into a little trip. We're staying at at the campsite in Yell. And there's like a little marina over there, which is really nice. I want to go and draw the boats maybe in the morning, because I am super into the boats at the moment. But yeah, just such a nice night. And then the following morning I spent some time sketching again, just at the marina. Really love boats at the moment, so I was quite entertained. Then we ventured on back home, and that was our weekend. and it was really lovely. I like getting away to like other parts of Shetland because like I've moved home to Shetland after being at uni, and not everybody chooses to move home straight away. I think some people might, I don't know, see it as like settling like quite quickly, but I'm very content. But anyway, like my point here is that I feel like there's still so much of Shetland that I don't know and haven't explored and haven't experienced, and it's nice like to be able to like get away to other little bits of Shetland and feel like you are somewhere else, because it is bigger than you think. Yeah, no, it was just really nice to get away somewhere different, and I hope that we go on more little caravan trips. But yeah, that was this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, then give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. I am trying to upload videos every week on a Sunday. Trying to. Yeah, generally just kind of sharing bits of my life, making art, living in Shetland, these sort of things, fairly casual. So if you like the sound of that and you've enjoyed this one, then yeah, feel free to subscribe, and yeah, I will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.